911 Carrera has been one of the world's best-selling sports cars ever since its launch in the early 1970s. This is an automotive icon whose designers saw little reason to change much over the decades. But recently, there has been a minor revolution. This 911 convertible sounds somehow different. No wonder, because under the hood of the latest edition, you'll find a decisive change. More fun with less displacement is the message, explains our car reviewer Reinhold. The turbo has a lower key sound than its predecessor. The turbo dampens the sound a bit, which is good for the North American market due to greater sensitivity there when it comes to driving to work early in the morning or late at night. The sat-nav is all new, stylish and with a pop-up menu, although that's old school if you consider the Seat Leon. The engine has a smaller capacity, but delivers 15 kilowatts more power. That sounds less spectacular than it feels, because the turbo gives the car far more torque and faster response over a wider revs range. Depending on the model, this will cut fuel consumption by up to 12%, says Porsche. Our test car is a regular 911 Carrera with a dual-clutch transmission. With an output of 272 kilowatts, it makes the dash to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.4 seconds in the Sport Plus mode. Combined cycle fuel consumption is officially 7.5 liters for 100 kilometers. Little has changed as regards the exterior. The fabric top is power-operated, but only at modest speeds, of course. At the rear, the black fins are a real eye-catcher. It's here that the revolution under the hood is reflected visually on the outside. This is a facelift, explains Porsche engineer Thomas Brandl. That means minimal changes to the shell, so getting the intercooling, a new forced induction and other turbo periphery into the same rear. There's a new air intake grille for functional reasons. When the spoiler goes up, there's a little wind deflector. Instead of whooshing between the spoiler and the rear, the air goes straight into the engine compartment. That serves both the intercooling setup and the turbocharger.
Zusätzlich, den Performancegewinn und die Kühlung auch hier darzustellen.
The 911 has a very modern front cabin. The new PCM infotainment system is operated with the ease of a smartphone. The seats are as you would expect from Porsche, sporty and comfortable. It wasn't easy integrating all these additional components into the existing rear section, explains the Porsche engineer. It took a lot of work to package everything in nicely, without making any significant changes to the car. There are 2 cooling air outlets, but that was basically it.
Aber sonst waren im Wesentlichen keine groben Veränderungen am Fahrzeug notwendig, hier jetzt die neuen Komponenten zu packagen.
For all the modifications, the Porsche icon remains what it was without the turbo. Honest, direct, bold, and amazingly easy to handle, but also very expensive. Prices for the 911 convertible in Germany start at just under 110,000 euros. The 911 has gotten a freshening up. The turbos translate into more output and torque. Big noise fans might miss the drop in sound performance, but Reinhold suggests the Sport exhaust system option. Then touch on the gas at, say, 50 kilometers an hour in second gear and release again, and the 911 will sound like an old 8-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. And you'll hear it all inside, too, thanks to the 2 sound symposers. The only drawback for all 911s, they've gone up in price.